We are back, and today it's Marketplace Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Every single Monday, breaking down the content schedule, Marketplace, stub making methods, everything you guys need to know. Diamond members, early access on the vid. What's up, boys? Again, please consider joining the Discord. We got 4,000 people in there. We got almost 1,000 members. We're pushing for 1K. We'll make all you boys stubs all year long. Marketplace Monday. First thing we do, content schedule. Let's take a look. Double PXP weekend. It ends Tuesday morning, Monday at noon, sometime around that. Make sure you get your PXP. The best thing to be doing, man, is single player, play versus CPU, getting the PXP you need with the Team Affinity Silvers and the Team Affinity Golds, even the Team Affinity Diamonds. PXP is so easy to be getting with double PXP. Make sure you're utilizing that properly. Finishing up all of the programs as well, not just Team Affinity. If you haven't finished all of these four, you're going to want to do that because eventually we'll be having some collections. You'll want those cards. New program on April 1st, which that is Tuesday. Interesting stuff. We got a live content stream on Friday, okay. Probably going to be related to the April Spotlight program, which is basically like a player of the week, player of the month type deal. And we also have the last ride program. So a lot of content coming this week. They've been pretty good with releasing a lot of content. Really though, I just want some better cards. Max Scherzer, you're not going to get it done for me, my guy. All right, so that is the content schedule. Some more things to note. The market, what everybody wants to see. There's a lot of important things we got to cover. First things first, we got to cover some recent news. A lot of people are asking in the comments, how do I know that back orders are removed from the game? Well, the reason that I know that is because we actually had our first roster update of the year. And we had a guy right here, Chris Bubick, one of the mods in the Discord, Stubs, had told members potentially invest in Chris Bubick because he's going from a reliever to a starter. He was a 76 overall, and he went up to a 78 overall. But one thing did not change, interestingly. As a starting pitcher, they kept his stamina at 32. So this guy has 32 stamina, and he's expected to go out there and pitch 5 innings in real life. Interesting stuff. But more interestingly, if you pull this guy up on that market, on the app, you can't have, there's no orders in below 125 stubs. They've all been canceled. And to make things even worse, they didn't even pay people back the stubs that they had in there on the back orders. So back orders would basically be, all right, this guy used to be a 76. You would go in there, you would pay 100 and, what's the quick sell, 75? You would put orders in at 75 stubs. Now his quick sell is, do the math, carry the 2. Now his quick sell is 125. You'd be buying a guy with a 125 quick sell for below that. Now, this is the first time where we've seen them ever cancel those orders. Is that good? I mean, it definitely destroys that stub making method. Should that stub making method have existed? Probably not. However, it's definitely a scam that they didn't give back the stubs on the canceled orders. But you can see here, that is the proof that do not be doing back orders this season. That was an important thing I wanted to mention in Marketplace Monday today. Now, going forward, we got some good looking prices. Let's take a look at flipping. How is the flipping market? I've seen some people say they're able to make some flips and able to make some stubs using flipping. Now, on these high diamond cards, I'm not seeing it. But I think that if you go down in overall, the flipping margins actually will get better. David Wright, it might just have to be a patient process, guys. You can see right here, if you were to flip David Wright, you'll make about 400 stubs. You'll make about 200 stubs. So some of these cards actually do have some decent margins. Kind of just have to go down in overall and down in the total profit amount per card. But we're starting to see some decent margins on some of these lower overall guys. When you go to golds, I mean, even live series cards, you're not going to get the greatest ROI per flip, but you definitely could sit here and put in some work for an hour and make some stubs flipping. I have a video already out on how to flip. But really what everyone wants to know is roster update investment and prices on live series cards. The live series collection, it's still not that expensive, man. We have some increased prices on these diamonds. I bet Judge is up in price considering he just had 4 for 4 with 3 homers, right? Like crazy game by the Yankees right there. But I still would not be doing collections. I mean, really, what you want to do is turn your stub count into a higher stub count. Roster update confirmed for May 2nd, and that actually heavily affected the market. People thought the roster update, I mean, honestly, a lot of noobs probably thought the roster update would be sooner. Personally, I was expecting around April 20th for the first roster update, so they pushed it back about, a week or two past my expectations, and impatient people don't have the time to be patient. They dropped everything to quick sell. People are like, yo, I ain't invest until this update. So with that, we had a huge market crash, which is actually not that bad of a thing. Let's talk about how flipping went over opening day. Flipping was actually pretty successful, and it was a good indication of what to expect for the future. There were some good learning experiences on this daily flipping journey. Let's take a look at a guy who was a good flip. I mean, if we go to silvers, let's go to Schwarber. I think that we learned that flipping hitters actually is more profitable in a lot of cases this year than flipping a pitcher. Kyle Schwarber, he had a home run on opening day. I had him on our members buy list as an A tier investment. He was the only card where I said it was an A tier buy. I said buy him up at 200 stubs, and a lot of members were able to sell him for 400 plus. He homered on opening day. Now he also homered on game number 2, but you can see his price hasn't changed that much, even though he's off to a very hot start to the season. This is because of that market crash. People are really not trying to drive prices up on players as much this season. Now, if we look at some more silvers and we look at some more golds, it seems like golds are not having as high of a flip price rather than silver. So I think silvers jump up in price more than golds. This could be due to the supercharge overall. Supercharge overalls only being 87, that seems too low. Honestly, I think the supercharge overall should be 91. I think 91 overall, or maybe, honestly 91. We're not going to have many supercharges outside of opening day. So, that's just too low in my opinion. Look at Framber Valdez. He's supercharged right now. Framber Valdez, he was on our buy list. You can see I have 0. I sold 150 of him for around $550 after tax. So, what I did with Framber is when Framber was pitching in game, as, the supercharged anticipation, before he's actually supercharged, while he's in the moment, that's when you're going to want to go ahead and sell these guys. That's when their price is highest. Because, there's two options. They either cook themselves, that's the option number 1, and their price tanks, or they finish out whatever they're doing, and people just drop their price anyway. So it doesn't look like we're going to see guys actually stay that high up in price. So with Framber Valdez, man, you might even want to consider, I would sell all of my, if I could sell them for 510 and just take, a 60 stub profit, because you should be buying a true quick sell. I would just go ahead and do that, man, because you're going to be able to buy them right back at quick sell anytime soon. Again, May 2nd is over a month away. So really, you want to be flipping your way until May 2nd. The best way to build your portfolio until then, this is the strategy, guys. Basically, you want to make stubs by flipping along the way till May 2nd, but you want to be managing your portfolio where anybody that's bad, anybody that's good, you want to get rid of the bad guys in your portfolio and add onto your portfolio so that you have a very, very good investment portfolio by May 2nd. Basically, make stubs along the way by flipping these guys, but when it's roster update time, you want to have a bunch of guys that are due for boost, and that's where you're going to make a ton of your stubs on that first roster update. Now, there's another thing I wanted to talk about is Eugenio Suarez. It seems like guys that aren't as popular, guys that aren't as heavily invested, we saw Suarez. Suarez had a big game, and his price jumped up high, and it stayed there. I think we had a member, one of the members invested in Suarez, obviously at quick sell, big W. He had 150 of them, I believe, sold them all off for around 900. So prices definitely came back down on Suarez, but since he's a less commonly invested in hitter, seems like his price actually retained. People are actually trying to want to get in on him more. Now, we're going to have a complete separate video on this thing I'm about to mention to you guys right now. As we go down and overall, we're seeing higher increases in prices all the way down to bronzes. Bronze starting pitcher flipping. Again, I knew this was going to be one of the best things. It's just very tedious. This is a very good stud making method. These guys are holding their price well. Lazardo came out and dealed. His price, very high. You can see it's dropping, but he's still over 100 stubs, and he was 150 plus stubs. At the time of his start, he had 11 strikeouts. We have Brian Bello. Not even sure if he did anything good, but his price is very high. And then Jeffrey Springs. Jeffrey Springs, his price, it was the same price as Lazardo's, man. It was 150 plus. You could have sold them all off for 190 stubs. The hard part about bronze investing and bronze flipping, you got to do it in high quantity. You got to get a lot of these cards, and that's hard to sell for a lot of those cards. You're going to have to spam sell now. I'll have a whole video out breaking down some bronze starting pitcher flip tips. But this is really Marketplace Monday, man. You know, you can come in here, you can flip some of these bronze starting pitchers. If they have a good start, their price is going to double. So, I mean, that is pretty wild. But really, just look at the marketplace. The prices are down. Almost everyone is good to invest in. Like Bellinger, what I wanted to say too, Bellinger had a homer yesterday. Bellinger was hitting .571 to start the season. He's off to a great start. I wouldn't pay at this price. $1,700, it's a discount right now, but we're a month away from any actual update. So literally the price target's like, if it's an 84 overall, I wouldn't pay above $1,600 for anyone. If it's an 83, I wouldn't pay above $1,220. 82, I wouldn't pay above $910. 81, wouldn't pay above $615. 81 or 80, $415. So you can see very conservative price targets. Be patient. A month is a long time. Crochet's coming down to a more reasonable price. That's probably gonna be a solid pitcher flip. But also Bellinger, after his home run, went up to 2,200 stubs yesterday. Even if Bellinger was 2,000 stubs, 2,100 stubs, I would still be selling because I know that he's gonna eventually come back down to below that, and I'll be able to buy him back while still making that flip and making some stubs along the way. A lot of guys at quick sell, a lot of buy lists you're gonna be seeing in the membership. Smash the like and subscribe button. If you want to see more Marketplace Mondays, let me know. Peace.